students.
Hello. It's been a little bit of time since we posted our last video and figured we have more information to share with you guys today. So I don't know, did you guys notice that we kind of switched places as far as, you know, who's wearing the glasses and whatnot? So
That's right.
We decided, you know, that I'm an old fart now since I just had my birthday. Needed to, you know, admit that I do need, you know, the bifocals. So that's why I'm trying to get used to them and sporting these glasses here. So.
And she's good keeping them on, trying to get used to them. Unlike me with my cheaters on, off. Can't get used to the bifocals. So I'm proud of you, sis.
Oh, thank you. Good. Hanging in there. Now that, you know, have that. And speaking of birthdays, we have a birthday girl right here who's going to be celebrating her birthday. Can you believe it?
We're a week apart.
2 weeks.
2 weeks apart.
2 weeks apart.
That's right. 2 weeks. Yours was last week. Mine's next coming week.
That's right. So, you know, that kind of goes
Happy
hand in hand
birthday
to us. So, whoa. Quit pushing me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Gosh,
pushing her out of the picture because
I'm
it's
on
my
the
birthday
edge
coming
of
up.
this bench here. So, okay. So what we're here to talk about is pinning yet again. Surprise, surprise. But there's some important facts that you need to know in order to access pinning. And I know there's a little bit of fear about the whole pin situation. So we're going to address, you know, if you order pins, don't have it. If you didn't order pins, but want to do pinning, we have a whole shebang set up for you. So where should we start?
I like shebang.
Shebang?
I use that word a lot.
Shebang. I know. I don't. That's a good.
Let's start with accessing the pinning that night because you set that up and you did a great job. Let's do that.
So what we're doing is we're using Microsoft Teams for our pinning event. So earlier today, you should have received an email as an invite to the pinning ceremony. It's important that you use that link and only use that link because it's specific to you. You know, it's going to know and alert us that you are attending the pinning ceremony. So you do not share it with family and friends. We will be sharing another link with you that you can pass along to people who are just observing from elsewhere. So anybody that's using your phone, your computer, what have you, you can watch on your screen and use your code to get in. But if you're giving information to anybody else who's not with you on that night, they're going to need that the other link that we're going to be sending to you in a little bit. So you guys have a presenter link. They have kind of like a guest viewer type of link. So make sure that you keep track of that link so you can be able to participate.
That's right. So question, why would I need a presenter link? Why do students need a presenter link?
That's a very good question. Wow, see, we're totally in different roles today. Usually I ask the questions, so
she's a
smart
like one with the glasses
Friday,
now.
But it's not Friday, it's Wednesday, wacky Wednesday. What's going on here? So, very good question, student here. The reason that you are going to have a presenter mode is because you are going to have the opportunity to turn your camera on and be presented with the pin during the pinning ceremony. So you can handle this in many different ways. So I'll ask a question within the question. Whoops, getting ahead of myself. Okay, so question. How does the pinning happen? Like, do I just have a pin on me? How does that all drive?
So we're going to show you like a little virtual pinning ceremony here, how we want it to happen that night. We have a image in our mind how this night should go perfectly, and we hope it does. We're trying to make it go as smooth as possible for you
know,
guys.
It won't be perfect with us. You know, that's
right.
That just laying it out there on the table.
Right. Perfect is a very
perfect for us.
Yeah. Perfect
as far as like Diane and Carrie standard.
Yeah,
that's
right.
all we can say about that.
That's all that counts.
So we're going to show you, a little demonstration, if you will.
Yes.
The tutorial on what happens when your name is called.
And also we're going to play it right before we do the presenting of the pins that night too. So you know when to turn on your camera, what to do. The person that of your choice that you want to pin you should be right by your side. And Dr. Brown is going to be announcing the names for that night. So even if you responded and said, I don't want to be part of the pinning ceremony for whatever reason, I didn't have a pin, I didn't order one, I'm not available on Thursday the 6th at 7 p.m., which you should be because there's some surprises. But even if you already responded back, I don't want to do it, you can still send us an email and say, hey, guess what? I think I do want to do it. And we would love for you to join us that night, because you don't need a pin, because since
we're going to do this, don't show it.
I won't show it. No, I'm not even going to show it yet.
You go there. I
just,
want to see.
Because even though if you ordered a pin, we know all of the drama of it may not get here in time because of the pinning factory being behind. So because of that, it's not, you don't even have an obligation to have a pin to join this ceremony. We're trying to take the stress out of the event, make it fun, and have a backup plan in case those pins don't come in the mail.
Absolutely. So. And we think it's really cool. We try to think outside of the box to make everybody feel included. So we are going to give an example. So let's say Diane Brown says, Diane Christensen. So she would turn her camera on, and the other person of her choosing,
I choose you.
Me.
I choose you.
Is going to take the pin. If you don't have the real pin, if you have the real pin, it might be easier to put it around the neck in a ribbon, or you can pin it on, whatever. But if you don't have a pin, we will send you this. This looks like pretty fancy, huh? Whoa, it's just a printout from a computer. We have an image of the pin. And so what we did as a practice is we put a little bit of tape on the back. You can tell we practice because there's hair stuck to it. So we're not just making up as we go. We did do this. And you can have the person of your choice go ahead and pin ya. So it looks like a real pin. It's a little bit bigger than the real pen. So,
but I think on the video it shows up actually better.
Yes.
So
we would maybe even recommend, if you have your pin, if you are nervous about like fumbling around to get it to pin on, and you don't want blood involved, you're kind of worried about the person who's doing the pinning, they might stab you a little bit too hard. So if any of those are concerns, we have a backup. Just print out the pin that we will send you, put a little bit of tape on the back, and there you go.
That's right. How about Diane Brown says, Carrie Wismar,
will you pin me?
I will pin you.
See, how easy was that?
That's very easy.
Also, we've gotten some questions about the pinning, and traditionally at the University of Akron, we have had the director of the program do the pinning, and well, that's not going to be the case, seeing that it's going to maybe lose a little bit of its specialness. But we will tell you that Di and I had our pinning ceremony up at Case when we, earned our doctorate not that many years ago, and we actually were allowed to choose who got to pin you. And just like now, we chose each other because we went through the process together, and that was our gig. So we chose each other to pin each other. So it was very special, and I think even more meaningful to have my buddy pin me, as opposed to, get pinned by the person who's formally in charge. So we think that you're going to enjoy it, and it's going to be meaningful, and hopefully it's meaningful to your, family and friend or whoever you picked it. If you wanted to, there's nothing wrong with pinning yourself, especially if you have these ones with the tape. You can go ahead and pin yourself.
That's right.
So,
if you're alone and you're not, no one's around, but you still want to be part of that evening, it's so easy to do. So we will definitely send you this template of the pin. You can print it off actually in any size. You can change the size, but this is a perfect size. The size we're going to send you, actually it shows up on camera. It's a little bigger than the actual pin, but for a virtual event, I think it's a great option.
So we really hope that you'll join us. Again, we are hosting the pinning. So if you've enjoyed our videos thus far this semester, like Di said, we have some fun in store. We're not going to tell you now because we're saving it, but you will laugh. I guarantee they will laugh, correct? Do you have any doubt? Or cry, or cringe, but kind of in a good way, like in a shameful way, but a good way, because you love us and you think we're funny, and you'll appreciate our gift.
Love us?
I think they do. In our mind, we think you love us.
In our mind.
But we actually love you guys.
We do.
With the heart. Come on, get your heart.
I have to put this down.
Put that
I
down.
Practiced.
See? With the
so
heart.
Still, I'm struggling with that.
Yeah, that kind of looked like a tomato.
That was
better. You need to practice it. Well, look at me being all judgy, Judy, but mine's not very good. Yeah, yours looks like a
crab.
I don't know what, but I will have her practice so she won't
embarrass you.
Embarrass, me.
Well,
that's or embarrass you guys.
I never embarrass myself.
No, never. So you attend the event, and then just a reminder, what are we doing the next day?
We're doing the senior send-off Friday, May 7th from 2 to 5 in the parking deck across from Mary Gladwin Hall. That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. Hopefully that's what you're doing too. What fun. Have you ever had a party in a garage deck before? I bet nobody has. So we are introducing you to something that you've never experienced before as your last thing together with us. And you know what? We're not just staying on the ground level. We're moving up in the world. There will be multiple levels involved. What do we have in store for you?
Don't know.
Can't tell you. You have to be there to find out. So.
That's right. And it doesn't matter what time you're available. Anytime between 12 and 5. Or
Two.
no,
not 12.
Not 12.
We're
Don't
setting
come.
Up there.
Don't
nope,
come at 12.
Scratch. Reverse. I don't know
Between
what that noise is.
2. That's like when the trucks back up.
It's more that beep, beep.
Well, that's better.
Beep, beep, beep. I don't know what you're doing. You kind of sound like a vacuum cleaner.
It is
Gotta
a
get
beep,
around the corner.
It hurt my ears though, like a real truck. You did it good.
Well, yes.
Okay.
So,
anyways. Tangents between 2 and 5. Anytime that you're available to drive through that parking deck and see some of your favorite or maybe not so favorite faculty. Who knows who will be there? I mean,
you'll just have to come and see. It will be a surprise.
Yes.
You will be receiving treasures and the treasure of our last event together.
And actually to see you in person.
Yes,
We
and
would
that
love
was
it.
the main reason of doing
Right.
this. Not just to take advantage of the cool opportunity to hang out in the parking deck, but we wanted the opportunity to see you guys
We did.
one time since we haven't been able to do so in so long. And so, you know, like we said before, you guys are almost there. You're almost nailed this, class, and your whole senior year and ready to get out there and practice in the world. And so we want to honor you guys and let you guys know that you're special to us.
That's all we had to say today.
Okay.
All
well,
right.
then we'll talk to you next time.
All right.
Bye, guys.
See ya.